Welcome to another vlog. Let me get settled here. You can tell that I'm still not used to vlogging with the camera because I'm looking at the screen instead of looking at the lens. Is this good? Is this good? You know what? I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to another vlog. It's been a while since I did the vlog. In fact, it's been a while since my last YouTube upload, and it's been a while since I did the vlog, and you guys usually enjoy that. So since it's been a while since I did the vlog, I decided to do a life update vlog. All right, just to let you guys know. Who's this? Have you? Oh, come on. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, just to like keep you guys up to date on things that have been happening. Not like you guys asked me anything. But yeah. But first things first, I am dressed. Obviously, I mean not heavily dressed, but I would usually not wear like a face cap to stay at home. I'm about to head to the market. I need to cook. Like there's nothing in the house, like food wise. We have like groceries and stuff. Not Gary groceries, like actual groceries. But there's no soup in the house, there's no stew in the house. So I've drawn up my market list for what I want to buy or what I want to cook with. I'm just waiting for hubby to get ready because he's going to join us. Cause where do I even start from? Okay, so I don't think I've done a vlog where I shared an update that we got a nanny for Kosi, but that's a whole story time. I'll probably do that when I get back from the market. But we had, I'm so sorry, it feels like there's something in the corner of my mouth. Anyway, like I was saying, it's a whole story time. Now we don't have a nanny anymore, and I'm currently in the process of looking for a nanny. Like this week I've been having interviews. I'm going through an agency this time around. I've had interviews with 4 nannies this week. So far I like 2 out of the 4 that I interviewed. But I just need to like pray and make up my mind on things. At the moment we don't have a nanny, so obviously it's just me, hubby and Kosi. So yeah, it's been an interesting week, right? I don't want to say stressful because thankfully I'm in control of my work schedule, right? So I've been able to like pause or dial down on work this week since it's just me and Kosi in the house, so that I can have like time to like be with her and bond with her and spend with her, especially seeing that she's a clingy child and there's not much I can do with her around. I'm gonna head to the market now. It's currently like 11:53 a.m. I want to cook like okra soup and like normal stew, tomato stew. I don't know if I'm going to end up cooking 2 pots of soup. I don't know what the other pot of soup is going to be, but now I want to cook okra soup. I have like an okra soup craving. So yeah. I need to get this out of my teeth. Hey y'all, today's day 2 of the vlog. I obviously could not come back yesterday because I was so exhausted. Remember trying to deliberate on figure out how many pots of soup to cook? You guys eventually saw that I cooked 2 pots of soup. I was so stressed because, like I said, there's no one in the house. It's just me and Bobby, and my husband had to be with Kosi, obviously. So it was just me in the kitchen doing all the prep and the cooking and the cleaning up, and I was very stressed. And what's funny is that when I was saying, "Oh, I'll cook 2 pots of soup," or "I'll cook 2 different like types of soup," my husband was like, "Are you sure? Like, if it's going to stress you, just do one." And I was busy running my mouth in the car, and I was like, "Oh no, I can do 2. If it's stressed, don't have to worry about it." I was so stressed, and then because I had been in the kitchen for so long yesterday, I couldn't even eat anything that I cooked. So I ended up not having like dinner. I had a very terrible headache. I still have a headache, but it feels like a migraine because it's now like one-sided. Um, but yeah, so today kitchen duty continues. I'm cooking stew and turkey, and I'm also juicing or making a tiger nut drink. If you know, you know. So we have tiger nuts and dates, coconuts, bananas, pineapple, ginger, and my husband is going to add bitter cola or cola nut to his own. His bitter cola to his own. So yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm about to like season the turkey and start cooking. I've already boiled my tomatoes and peppers. I'm going to blend that very soon and start making the stew. For my turkey, I have like some chopped fresh ingredients. I use a mix of fresh and dry ingredients. So for the fresh ingredients here, can you guys see this? Yes. So here I have like fresh ginger, garlic, curry leaf, onions, and pepper, right? So I use this in my food chopper or in my chopper. Just put this into the turkey, and then I use my dry ingredients like the powders and seasoning and all of that. My mom and my siblings are currently on their way to the house. So I need to hurry this up so that when they come, they have something to eat. Either that or they'll eat soup. But they are saying that they may not need to eat anything because they're going to my aunt's house. So they may have lunch there. I don't know, but I just want to get things over and done with here before they come so that I'm not in the kitchen when they're around. So I will talk to you guys afterwards if I finish early and I'm not exhausted, and yeah. Guess who woke up from her nap and immediately started crying when she did not see me. So this is why I've had this juicer and never used it, because it's just a lot of work. There's so many parts they have to take apart. We have to remove and clean and put back. I'll just rather use a blender and save, to be very honest. Right, so I need to get another blender, and I'll get a mesh cloth, and I'll just use my blender for whatever I need to do. Because oh my god, juicers have too many parts. Too many parts. They have to take out and clean. Yes, an old juicer. Okay. So there's something wrong. The juicer is not. I've not used a juicer before, but I think something's supposed to spin. Like it's not juicing. So I'm trying to. Take him back. It's going to take a while. Hold on. Come. Alright, paper. Good girl. As you can probably tell, that's so funny. Hold it. This is going down. Yeah. Ooh. I am so sorry. Okay, everything is out. As you guys can probably tell, the whole tiger nut drink thing was a bust. The juicer, I think there's something wrong with the motor, right? So I have it's a spin juicer and the spin thing wasn't spinning. And at one point it would spin for maybe like some seconds and I need to stop, and then you start seeing like smoke coming out. So I think there's a problem with the motor, we need to fix that. So obviously couldn't make our tiger nut drink anymore. Because I'm building my first full website, right? So I create landing pages, or I design landing pages, but I have my first full website design project, and I'm very excited about it, right? So the first round is done. I've done like the first design without the content, right? So that the client looks through, he's happy with what he can see, and if there are things he wants me to add or remove, he'll let me know. So I'm at that first review phase. About this phase, once I have done the additions or subtractions based on the client's feedback, we'll not put in the content and another review. Anyway, I'm doing my first full website design project and I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to see how everything turns out. So I'm expecting feedback from the client today. And if I get it today, then I'll start working on that. Coach is currently taking her nap. This is like 12 past 12. Right, I'm also doing her laundry. That's what you guys saw me doing earlier. Anyway, so what have I been up to lately behind the scenes? So I've already mentioned the website design project that is going on beautiful. Kosi turned one on the 1st of August, on the 1st of this month. And as usual, in my typical DIY fashion, I did have photo shoot myself. You know, I had to watch like YouTube videos on how to build a balloon garland, to get some of the resources that I needed, and to the photo shoots, and eventually posted the pictures on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, then you saw the pictures that I posted. I loved it. I mean, I feel like it could have been better. I feel like because I was in a hurry, so I did the photo shoot late. So her birthday was on a Tuesday, right? And I didn't do the photo shoot till Saturday, so I had just like Sunday and Monday to select and edit pictures, and because of that, I was in a hurry. I didn't settle down. I have done better editing the pictures. I really have. Don't wait till the last minute, guys. Just try and give yourself enough space to do your tasks so that you can review and do all that you need to do. So yeah, because it's 1 year, that big madam is still sucking. I'm still breastfeeding her. So the plan is, I'm not in a hurry to get her off breastfeeding, right? The plan, however, my limit is 18 months, right? So 1 year, 6 months. So between now and that time, there are one of three things will happen. One, either my breast milk stops flowing by itself, it just dries up by itself. Two, Kosi decides that she's now a big girl and doesn't want to suck anymore, and then she stops taking the breast. Or three, if none of those two happen, then I would have to wean her off breastfeeding. I'm not looking forward to option three, so I hope either option one. In fact, I hope option two happens, right? She just says that she's done and she doesn't want to like nurse on the breast anymore. She's done with bottle feeding. I stopped bottle feeding. You guys, I couldn't keep up with the pumping and the washing and sterilizing parts and putting in bottles and washing and sterilizing bottles. You guys, I couldn't keep up with that. So when Kosi was, I think, 4 or 5 months, I stopped giving her the bottle. Right, so I've been doing like direct nursing, direct breastfeeding from when she was 5 months to this time, and I can, of course, I can do that because I'm in control of my schedule. I work from home. I don't have a 9 to 5, so I'm lucky. Is lucky the word? Lucky enough to be able to do that. Some other people who have different realities can't do that. So I'm just grateful and thankful that I'm able to do that. Because you guys, people don't talk. People don't talk about it enough. The pumping, it's not even the pumping that's the problem, it's the aftercare. Having to wash all the parts and sterilize. You guys, I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to, breastfeed her directly. Anyway, so I'm really hoping option two is what happened, which is that she decides to stop nursing. But let's see. So between now and like when she's 18 months, that's 1 year, 6 months. So that's the pussy angle of it. Okay, yeah. I mentioned the nanny gist that I had, on day one of the vlog. So what happened was I think I mentioned in one of my videos, not the vlog, one of my regular videos, that we finally got a nanny. So we got a nanny for Kosi when she was 10 months. Wow, I really tried. I know that people that do it all by themselves, kudos to you, but for me, I really tried. What? My battery, you guys, hold on. My battery is flashing. Hold on, you guys. Okay, so I'm hoping this would carry me. So I currently do not have spare batteries for my camera, right? I have just the battery that came with the camera. I haven't been able to get spare batteries. I also haven't been able to get the continuous power cable or charger, the type where you plug in like the dummy battery and connect to a socket so you have continuous power supply. I haven't been able to get that as well. So what I'm currently doing is, what I do is when I'm filming, but of course I start with a fully charged camera, right? However, you have different capacities based on the resolution you are filming in. So because I'm filming in 4K, 25 frames per second, I think the battery that I have, I'll put all of that on the screen anyway. What I'm doing now is I have plugged a power bank to it to at least hold it for the while that I'm talking, since I'm not going to talk for very long. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, yeah, so the nanny thing, right? So I did it for 10 months, right? And then eventually, because I was scared of getting a nanny, right? Not just scared, I was thinking of the financial responsibilities that came with having a nanny, and I was trying to avoid it as much as possible. Even when my husband told me, like, let me know, I just always felt like I could handle it. But it got to a point where I now started breaking down, right? I remember there was a time I called my husband and I was crying, on the phone, because I couldn't do anything but take care of Pussy, and that can be mentally draining sometimes. I wanted to get back to doing things that I used to love to do, creating content and doing my videos for YouTube and just being able to do things for myself. But the way it was at that time, I couldn't do that because Pussy, because of how long I have stayed with just her, right? No nanny and no other person like really taking care of her. I mean, apart from me and my husband, but my husband goes to work during the day, so it's usually me and her like 80% of the time. She became very attached to me, right? So I couldn't even leave her on the bed, for instance, to go to the bathroom to do something without her crying. So it meant she always has to be with me 24/7, and it was draining me. Anyway, finally got a nanny in May this year. She started with us, I think, May 2nd or May 1st. I think she came May 1st. I can't remember, but I think it was either May 1st or May 2nd. And she was with us for 3 months. Unfortunately, I had to let her go because there were a lot of issues, right? But the height of it all was an integrity issue. She had gone home for the weekend, right? And came back and gave us a very funny story on how someone stole her had access to her account and drew 500,000 naira in one night, and different things. And then upon investigation, we found out that she lied about everything, right? She lied about she said it was from a particular bank and blah 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 blah. We found out that she did not have any accounts with that bank, as she said. That's one. And then two, if you were in Nigeria, I don't know if it applies outside the country, but in Nigeria, um, there's a daily limit for ATM withdrawals, right? And she claimed that when she went to her bank to make a complaint, and she also asked them how the money went, and they said everything was through an ATM um, dispensation. ATM withdrawal, right? No transfers, no periods. We know it's not possible to withdraw 500,000 naira in one day, one night from an ATM. It's not possible, right? And so many other issues. So, but before that, she also had like some attitude issues and problems, and then to top it all off, she now started laying claims to some spiritual things. So the whole thing was just, I had to let her go, you know. So I've been without a nanny for about, how long have I been without a nanny for 1 week or 2 weeks? I'm not sure. But some have been making me work. Kusi's awake. Can you guys hear Kusi crying? Sorry. Sorry, baby. What else has happened? Oh, I was also been on a very interesting journey with God. I keep saying I'll do a video to talk about that, but since that video has not happened yet, I'll probably talk about it now. When did I get married? 2021. I got married in 2021, right? In October 2021. That same October. No, that same 2021. 2021, I rededicated myself to God, right? So, I mean, you can say I became born again, or but I did the born again prayer, and just rededicated myself to God. And essentially, it was just me saying, okay, you know what, God, I can't do this alone, and I want to do life with you, right? Wow, whose laughter was that? Okay, and it was my neighbors, right? Crystal, my friend, and neighbor. They also are neighbors, and her husband that have been helped me on this journey. So if I have two families, right? So I have Crystal and her family, and her husband and her family. I also have Isaac, who I've known for years, right? So I usually I joked one time that told them to compare notes to see how far they've gone on their assignments from God, because I feel like God assigns people to us to help us get back on the path with Him. Right, and these two people so far have been people that have helped me so far on this journey. Right, so I rededicated myself to God in 2021, at the end of 2021, and it's been an on and off journey. I'll be very honest. Right, I'm still not perfect. Right, sometimes I still feel too tired to pray. Sometimes I still feel too tired to read the Bible, to study. I still curse and swear. I still do. Um, I still maybe pass judgment on people. So I'm not perfect, right? But I can say confidently and without a doubt that I am a lot better in my spiritual journey than I was before 2021, before I did the rededication in 2021. That is guaranteed. I know, right? I know, I feel it, I know it. Definitely a lot better, right? So that has been happening. I've been having very interesting experiences. Quite a number of Christian music playlists. I've even shared on Instagram and on Threads. I'll probably put links to. I have like 4 main playlists for different occasions, right? I have one for worship, I have one for praise, I have one for deep worship, which is the one I use during my personal time with God, and that's usually like around like from between 12 a.m. and like 3 a.m. right? So what I've been trying to do is, because I know that during the day it's difficult for me to spend that time because of cozy and because of things I may have to do around the house. I started blocking out time like very early in the morning. So I'm talking like between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. to be honest. Right. So what I do is, that playlist is usually like an hour long. So I'll listen to all the songs and feel all the feels, and you guys, the experiences. The times I feel like quakes, like earthquakes, or start my head very, very, very solid and heavy footsteps, that my ears were aching. The other times I feel stuff. Other times I like see stuff. Right. See, I can't even begin to explain. If if you're not there, it may sound like I'm just saying nonsense. But if you're there, then you definitely can relate and definitely can understand. It's the most beautiful feeling, right? If you've been wanting to get back on track with God, if you've been wanting to have a stronger and deeper relationship with God, then my advice to you will be to just start and ask God for guidance. Period. Those two things, very important. Just start. However, no matter how small, right? No matter how small the effort is, God is a God that recognizes effort, genuine effort, right? Now, of course, you will not stay small and say God recognizes effort and you just keep staying small with no desire to grow. So you start where you are, you have the desire to get better, and then you ask God for guidance. That's what I have done, and that's what I still do. Right? So I still pray to God to ask for guidance. I have to ask God to send His Holy Spirit to teach me, to guide me, to direct me on what to do on my journey with Him, right? Because yes, our priests, our pastors, they are fantastic guides, but because they are human beings themselves, sometimes their opinions, their personal opinions or their experiences may shape the advice that they would give us on certain things, right? So God still remains the ultimate guide. God still remains, yeah, he still remains the ultimate guide. He's the one you want to have a relationship with, so he's the best person to guide you on how to have a relationship with him. So, um, yeah, just start where you are. Like when in the earlier clips in the morning, there was a part where I was, girl, don't show my booby to YouTube. There was a part where I was breastfeeding close like in the morning and I was praying. So I find, I don't, I don't know how do I say this now. So things like prayer doesn't have to be very formal, right? So now I'm not saying don't have respect or regard for the presence of God, but I'm saying if you're finding it difficult to actually like maybe have a dedicated time where you kneel down and then try and infuse it into your everyday activities. That's what I was in at the beginning. Before I got to this point where I could block out time like between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. to pray and worship and read the Bible. I couldn't do that at the beginning. That's not how I started. Right? I started from singing songs while I'm giving Kosi a bath. This was even before we got a nanny, right? Singing songs while giving Kosi a bath, praying while I'm breastfeeding her, telling her that God loves her and she has three best friends, which are God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. She has her guardian angels and angels surrounding her. Even though she cannot see them, they are there with her. And even when mommy and daddy are not there and she feels scared, she should always remember that she has her friends around her. Things like that. Just trying to incorporate, prayer as much as possible into my everyday life, right? And from there, it's been growing, and now I can now start blocking out times to do certain things. So, like I said, start small, have a desire to grow, and then ask God for guidance, and He will guide you if you're sincere about being on a journey or a walk with Him, because it's important. See, you can't do life without God. You can't. And don't look at the life you've lived, because to God doesn't really matter, right? Sometimes when I'm praying, I'm when I'm praying, I'm like, God, I'm not worthy, but you chose me right now. Thank you for choosing me, because I am truly not worthy. If I sit down to think, of the mistakes I've made in the past or things that I have done that I'm not proud of, if God was man, God would not call me. Because God is God and God is not man, He has looked past my um imperfections and is willing to work with me. Like I said, I still curse and swear. Last night, I was still throwing the F word around because I was trying to do something that was frustrating me, and I was just by myself. I was just like, shit, fuck, I'm not perfect, right? So don't think you have to be perfect before you start a relationship. Wow, Kosi, show my breast to the whole of YouTube, right? So you're just that way you are, have the desire to grow and ask God for guidance. I feel like I've repeated that on and on, but that's just very important. Um, so yeah, that really is the most important thing that has happened to me so far. I'm very, very proud of where I am on my journey with God, and just how I'm now living my life with more intentionality. I'm now learning to ask God for guidance on every single thing. And the funny thing is that I used to do this when I was in university, right? So every day before I get dressed, or sometimes the night before, right? Because I hope you're not making. I'll be so mad. Okay, no, 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 it's focused. Every night, or the night before, or if I don't do the night before, the morning before I get dressed, I would ask the Holy Spirit. I'm not even joking. What should I wear? Right? I've always had this thing where I've spoken to God, like He's a best friend, like someone that's beside me. I don't know, and I love that. So my prayer life has never been very, very formal and strict and rigid. It's typically informal, where I'm praying and it's sounding like I'm talking to a friend or to someone who's sitting out beside me. you know where was I going with that? Yes. So I was that person that used to ask for guidance before I do anything, but then somehow I grew out of that, and started doing things my way. But now I've now started getting back to asking God for everything. So even now that I'm looking for a new nanny, right, for Kosi, before I started the process, I prayed. Oh, something else that is important: if you're on this journey and you typically hear things or see things or feel things, either through dreams or visions, then it's important to have somewhere where you document them. So, for instance, I have two books, right? I have a dream book, I have a spiritual journal, right? So in that journal, I document my dreams and my visions and my feelings, right? So if I'm feeling something, what was I doing at the time I was feeling it, and what were the things that were coming into my head and all of that. I have a journal or a book where I document that. Then I have a separate book for prayer requests, right? And I had a dream book before I had a prayer request book, right? But it occurred to me to have the prayer request book because I started realizing that people that I did not have any deep relationship with started telling me the most random, personal, intimate things. So when I started picking up on all of those things, I was like, there's probably something here. And I started writing I created a prayer request book. So in that book, I have both my personal prayer requests and requests for people that share. Because whenever people share things like that to me, I think it as a cue to pray for them. So I add them to the prayer request book, right? So maybe you want to have those sort of things. And some people have it incorporated with their Bibles, but mine is separate from my Bible because my Bible is more on my phone, right, than on like the actual hard copy Bible. Please do not judge me. That's where I am at this point in my life, on this journey, right? Um, okay, yeah. So even before I started the nanny search, I prayed about the whole thing, and I specifically asked God um to tell me the name of the person that will be Kosi's next nanny. Um, so I've gotten back to that phase, or to that spot where before I do anything, I'm asking God for guidance and direction. Even when I have a dream, right, to do something and I'm not sure, I go back to ask for clarification or to ask for guidance on how to do that thing that I've been told to do. So it's very beautiful. Like sometimes I sit down, sometimes when I'm having the experiences that I'm having, maybe while worshiping, I just it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's no other way to describe it. You guys, it's beautiful. Like that's really all I can say about that. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to see how far I go. In fact, just last week on Friday, so one of the beautiful things that happened was that on Friday I felt led to do a worship session here in the house, right? So I reached out to Crystal and her husband, and they were very happy to join me to do that. And it led to other things. So from having a worship session, it led to just dedicating the home, because we haven't really dedicated this house to God since we got married. I've been meaning to, and it occurred to me like the next day. I haven't even shared this with Crystal. I've been having a nudge to anoint the house. This was even, I think, before I had Kosi or after I had Kosi. I've been having that nudge to anoint the house. In wow, I need to share this with them in collaboration with them, right? So in what I see, or what I was seeing, I'm supposed to anoint the house, and anyway, that unfortunately didn't happen that time at the time, and then that feeling died down. I forgot about it, and then now I'm just realizing that we ended up doing that on Friday, and I've never even told them about it before, but somehow it ended up happening on Friday. So from a worship session, I ended up just dedicating the home to God, and anointing vital places in the house, and it was beautiful. I'll probably put a clip from the cameras in the house. At a point, I was crying. At another point, I was laughing uncontrollably. At a certain point, I was on the floor, and it was very beautiful. I initially thought it was going to be an Instagram live session. That's the way it was on my heart or in my spirit. But when it was eventually time, because we did that on a Friday evening, the internet went out, right? So obviously I couldn't go live on Instagram. I'm not sure why how that happened, but I have a feeling that happened that way because when it was going to be an Instagram live session, I was very nervous. Have you been so nervous where you have to like go and take a dump? You have to go to the bathroom to relieve your bowel. That's how nervous I was. I was so nervous I came upstairs. I took a nap for like an hour. When I woke up, I was still nervous. I had to go to the toilet to empty my bowels and just settle myself down. So maybe it happened that way, or probably happened for a reason. Maybe because the whole idea of doing an Instagram live session was making me nervous. Maybe the Instagram live session is for the future. So yeah, it's been very beautiful, very very beautiful. Okay, so I think you guys are caught up on everything that has been happening behind the scenes so far. Um, Mama, can you leave my bonnet, please? My hair is a mess. We can't show that on YouTube.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find a way.
Oh my goodness. I was so scared. Like, I just got a camera alert for the living room and I'm like, nobody's in the house. But it came in late, like 4 minutes late. So that was when I was in the house. I was so scared. I'm on my way to my parents' house for the weekend. It's just me and Kosi, obviously. I was supposed to leave earlier. I'm behind time. This is like past 11. My husband told me to leave by 10, to avoid traffic so I can get home in time. But you guys, I did not go to bed till about 4:30 this morning, or even 5, right? Because I was working on stuff on my laptop and I needed to like get the bulk of the work done before this weekend, because I'm not going home with my laptop. I don't plan on working this weekend, and I need to get work done for something happening next week. I'll just you guys later on in the vlog, right? So I had to sleep in because there's no way I'm driving with my baby in the car with sleepy eyes, right? So it's past 11. Hopefully I can make it home in time before rush hour traffic, right? Yeah, I'm also using the opportunity to do my hair this weekend. And one of my friends opened a salon somewhere on the mainland, but I've never been there. She opened it this year, but I've never been there, right? So I want to use the opportunity to go see the salon, catch up with her, then make my hair. I've been wanting to braid my hair. I wanted to braid my hair last year, before we traveled for my father-in-law's funeral. Okay, that was this year. The funeral was this year. I wanted to braid my hair this year, right, before we traveled for my father-in-law's funeral. But the prices I was seeing for the salons that I usually go to, or salons that I know in LaCie, they just discouraged me, right? And it's been a while since I had braids. So I was like, since my friend has a salon, I might as well go there to braid my hair. And I have confirmed my appointment for tomorrow. So I'll take you guys along on the journey tomorrow. I won't be able to vlog while driving, or vlog on my way home, obviously, because I'm driving alone with my daughter, and I don't want any distractions, because she's a precious jewel, right? It's her safety over content, right? Yeah. All right. That's enough talking. Let me get going before I get stuck in traffic. Because today has a lot of things have been testing me today. I will not even lie. Like a lot of things. There's Coast in the background that she has been this way since morning. I've tried to put her to sleep. Nothing is working. I have fed her, I have played with her, I have rocked her. Nothing is helping. The only thing that helps is if I carry her. And I can't carry her because I have work to do. Like a lot of things have been stressing me out. So this first of all, I woke up and then there was no internet in the house. The internet has been off. I don't know, since morning. And I really need internet to work today. Right? So that was the first hiccup when I woke up. And I just prayed and I was just like, God, please not today. And then afterwards, Kosi being cranky and fussy. And then me also trying to get some things online and people not responding early enough. Today's just been a very special day. Anyway, I hinted in maybe the last video. Oh Lord, I hinted in maybe the last video that I had like a project or something that I was working on. Did I mention that? I can't remember. Tomorrow I am giving my first social media management training to a company called Also Leadership Academy. So they are a training academy based in Lagos. They provide trainings for entrepreneurs, corporate brands and businesses, high-level professionals. So it's a 2-day training, right? The first day is in person, so I'm going to the office tomorrow somewhere in LaCie, and then the second day, which is Friday, the 1st of September, is going to be a virtual training. All right, I'm super excited. This is my first like social media management training, so I'm super excited. I have my slides ready. I'm currently looking at 50 something slides, which is normal, right? Because I have broken the training down into like 5 modules, right? Relevant to them. There can be more, right? But relevant to the organization that I'm training, I've broken down into 5 modules, right? And each module like has sub units. So I mean, I'm still working, just looking through to be sure that everything is fine before tomorrow. I don't know how I'm trying to figure out how to handle Kosi for tomorrow and next. See how she's just sitting quietly in the corner and you think she's just a very calm child. You don't know that I have been through hell today. Anyway, yeah, I still do not have a nanny, right? So I'm still trying to figure out how to handle her. So I have 3 options. Option 1 is that my sister comes over, depending on what her work schedule looks like, and then she looks after Kosi while I go out on Thursday for the physical training and even on Friday for the virtual training, because even though it's virtual, I can't be with Kosi while I'm training people. Right, that's option 1. Option 2 is I'm coming, Mama. I'm coming. Option 2 is I drop Kosi off with my aunt. Well, that's for tomorrow for the in-person training. Option 2 is I drop Kosi off with my aunt while going to the place, and then when I'm coming back I'll pick her up. Of course I'll have to pack her food and everything that she needs, like change of clothes and toys and all of that. Option 3 is to leave Kosi with my neighbor's nanny, right? She offered that I can do that, so I'm just trying to figure out which of the options I'll go with, especially for tomorrow. So for Friday, it's most likely that I'll drop Kosi off with my neighbor's nanny, right? At the moment it's looking like my sister may not be able to come for tomorrow, but I'm still going to find out. Let me just even send her a message. I'm still gonna find out if she'll still be able to come over to the house, and if she's able to, then fantastic. I mean, no need to drop her off with anyone since my sister will be here. However, I'm concerned, about dropping off Kosi with anyone when it's my aunt or my neighbor's nanny. And here is why. On Saturday, day I went to make my hair, right? I obviously left Kosi at home with like my mom, my dad, my siblings. There were people in the house to take care of her. There was food, there was lights, and there were toys everywhere. Do you guys know that Kosi did not eat throughout that day? They tried to feed her different things at different times. She refused to eat till I came home and I fed her. I'm just worried that she'll repeat the same thing tomorrow and on Friday. Right? I'm really praying that she doesn't, but I'm really scared that she will do that. But hopefully she doesn't do that, right? And she doesn't stress anyone I drop her off with. What is she doing? It's 2:30 p.m. and I am already exhausted and I still have a lot of things to do. I'm going to call my sister now. Oh, okay. My mom called me and I missed her call. You guys, let me call her back. It is currently, it's currently 11:19 p.m. Currently 11:19 p.m. I am beyond exhausted. I've had a very long day. But thankfully, I'm about to retire. So I've decided to take Kosi along with me. So you remember I said I had 3 options. My sister coming over, dropping Kosi with my aunt on my way to, I'm picking her on my way back, and then leaving Kosi with Crystal's nanny and daughter, right? Unfortunately, my sister can't come because her work schedule is tight, right? So yeah, that won't be able to happen. Then I was gonna drop her with my aunt, but I thought about it again, and I think it's better I drop Kosi with Crystal's nanny and daughter. Reason is, with my aunt, it's just adults in the house, and I don't want a situation where she wears them out, right? However, with Crystal's daughter, there's someone that she can play with. So yeah, that's the plan. I've packed food and stuff for her. Hey, I was wondering why this plate was not clicking. So it clicks short because I was very worried. Okay, so I have like fried egg here. I have fried egg, have fried plantain, because Kosi loves fat. So I'm packing enough for 2 in case Crystal's daughter wants to eat with Kosi, because that happens a lot when kids are eating around each other. And then I have fruits. So here I have like what are these called? These clementine oranges. I just foreign oranges. So I've peeled them. They are seedless, right? So I've peeled them and removed all the white webby things that usually are around them, so that anyone can just pop in their mouth and eat. Shit. And then here I have pineapples, also cut into is this showing? Yeah, pineapples also cut into bits again, because Kosi loves. I'm so happy that Kosi loves fruits, and I'm trying to encourage that. And then of course we have apples. I'm not cutting this so that they don't discolor. There's a way to prevent apples from discoloring, but I can't remember them right now. So I'm just going to carry these whole and just probably take like a table knife that can be used to cut them when they're ready to cook. So I'm just going to pop all of these in the fridge or in the refrigerator, in the fridge please. And tomorrow morning just take them and take Kosi. I need to take her bib. I need to take like her eating plate, or will she eat from here? She'll eat from here. I'll probably just take her cutlery, her bib and her cup. Problem now is I don't have a cooler bag, right? But I should be able to find a bag that would work for this purpose. And yeah, I'm gonna go in now. I haven't even figured out what I'm wearing tomorrow, so I have to go and start ransacking my wardrobe to figure out what I'll wear tomorrow. And yeah, I'm exhausted. Alright, good night.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up.
I'm trying to look at me trying to find my best angle. It's time to wrap up the vlog, right? The training that I talked about, right? So yesterday was day one. Day one was a physical training, right? And then day two, which is today, I wrapped up like the training, today's session some minutes ago, right? So day two was virtual. The feedback that I've gotten already, you know, makes me happy. I'm not even going to let out you guys. I was very nervous before I started this training because I was like, you training people, but turned out very well. I'm very happy. I'm very thankful to God because everything worked out eventually. I was very worried about Kosi, but apparently she wasn't even a problem or a trouble or a bother, right? Yesterday she did so well, right? She did very well. She followed us for the training. I mentioned that already. You guys even saw it in the video. Thankfully, the company has a crutch, right? So Kosi was in a crutch. I packed her food and all of that. Of course, you guys saw that, you know. So she did very well yesterday. Today, I went to drop her off at Crystal's house again, right? I'm saying again as if I dropped her off. I went to drop her off at Crystal's house. Yes, today. What am I saying? So yeah, like I said, I'm going to wrap up the vlog. I need to go and pick Kosi up. Yeah, this has ended up being a monthly vlog because I've been vlogging since the beginning of the month, since the beginning of August. This is the 1st of September, and it's now giving me ideas for how to structure vlogs on my channel. So I've been trying to figure out how to incorporate vlogs, right, to my videos on YouTube, you know. But now I'm thinking, okay, you know what, doing a monthly vlog actually would not be bad. So it's looking like you guys will get a vlog at the end of the month, and that's how vlogs, and then the rest of my videos will be my normal educational teacher style videos, right? That's the way my mind is working right now. I don't know. That's probably what it's going to look like. I'm exhausted, you guys. I will not even lie. So I hope you enjoyed watching the vlog as much as I enjoyed filming it, right? If you did, let me know in the comment section, and I would see you in my next vlog. If you're all interested in vlogs, hopefully you're not, or in my next video, you know. On this channel, don't forget, I share helpful tips for content creators. So content creators who are just starting out, trying to figure out tools and resources, how best to create content by themselves on a budget. Creators who are trying to make content creation a business. I'm also talking about the business side of it, you know. So if you're in that category, then you want to stay subscribed to my channel because you keep getting those sort of videos. And yeah, all right, till then, till my next video, stay safe, stay fabulous, stay blessed. I'll see you in the video that I will link at the end of this video, and that's it. Goodbye. Bye guys.